5 Turpin siblings rescued from California House of Horrors, where hit with belts, told to commit self-offing, and forced to eat their own vomit after being placed in foster homes run by ped, dad, and a hurting mom. Another wonderful example of why the ending to the movie series of unfortunate events wasn't exactly a bad idea. You know, put them through the exact same thing they put the kids through. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/iamatotalPOS because the world is just one big old dumpster fire, and I swear to God we need to hit that reset button sometime soon, please. But if you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussion, give me that good old debate on the bread, because seriously, garlic bread is the shiz, even though it do make you fat.
Bread makes you fat?
And if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channels and turn on them notifications.
If the new Scream, I am still freaking pod. They took the focus of Sydney freaking Prescott for this fugly, untalented POS.
Ah yes, meanwhile, where is your Oscar, you dumb schmuck?
Go back to Mexico and do a telenovela.
You know, I'm kinda wondering what pisses you off the most, the fact that they changed the casting, because really, did you think they were gonna have the same actor until Scream 42? Or is it the fact that the actress is not the right color for you? Imagine calling somebody untalented, meanwhile the person you're calling untalented has more talent experience than you by default. That's like those dum-dums that watch football games and they say, yeah, they don't know what they're doing. Meanwhile, they've never picked up a football. Yes, you know, because the good old thing of smoking on the train, good old puff and everything. Everybody loves to have a little old smoke blown in their face on a public transport, which is effectively a metal tube traveling at like 35 miles an hour. Also, person on the left that's kind of cut out of the photo was just kind of barefooting it and everything. And then I looked in the caption, it said Chicago. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, that's going to guarantee that I'm never going to want to visit that town. The lovely town, and everybody is very considerate of each other. Definitely love public transport. Ah yes, will you look at that? It's the wonderful example of the human race called abandoning a cat. Totally not like there's anybody around that would be willing to accept a cat into their home, nor are there actual organizations designed around making sure that animals have shelters or anything. No, there wouldn't be one of those. And the collar around the neck definitely indicates that it had a home before, so it was not a stray, that's for sure. If there's one thing that I can see that'll upset me, it's anybody that thinks that they can just take an animal out somewhere and abandon it. Like, I've seen all too many videos where people take the dog out to this wooded area, let the dog run around, and then just drive off. The dog will chase the car, and I don't know, that's just a horrible example of human race. Man doing yard work with family is shot dead because his neighbor thought he was a Democrat. Like, what in the world made you think your neighbor was a Democrat? You just look over, see that he's wearing something that's blue, and thought, there's a Democrat. An Ocana man has been indicted on 1 count of aggravated offing for the pew-pew of his neighbor. This county sheriff says that the man, a 26-year-old, shot and killed a 43-year-old neighbor on Saturday. The victim was doing yard work with his family at the time. The victim's son called emergency lines. The victim's wife told the emergency line dispatcher, he's come over like 4 times confronting my husband because he thought he was a Democrat. The man, who the sheriff said has admitted to investigators that he shot his neighbor, is being held on a $950,000 bond. This was a senseless and despicable act. Anybody that acts like this, I feel like, should not be allowed to vote in any way, shape, or form. Like, if you have something that is caused by somebody else's political decision or your assumption thereof and causes you to want to do this horrible act to somebody else, then that's not anybody I want voting on anything whatsoever. And let's say in the scenario he does pay off the bail or some way he's in prison, but then he gets out free, he should have to go to some kind of mental institution for like an evaluation or something, because that is not right. I've seen douchey political stuff before. I've seen people that straight up alienate somebody else just because they swing a certain way on the political spectrum, but straight up ending somebody's life because of the exact same thing, I don't want to know you whatsoever. If this is how you handle somebody having a different political opinion than you, or you even just thinking they do, you are not sane. Damn, good costume. All I had to do if I wanted to go as a depressed person for Halloween, I just put on my work uniform. Now, will you look at that? The person got the makeup, the hair, the shirt, the shoes, the pants correctly. This is a spectacular spectacular Halloween costume. Look, you're a bad person doing bad things on Halloween when people are supposed to be having fun and you're sucking the life out of it like a freaking vampire. I kind of feel like I should be allowed to clown on people that do douchey stuff, because I honestly feel like that's very common, and I would not be surprised if I've had people come into my own neighborhood that do that. And I kind of want to set up some kind of booby trap system. Like, if I see somebody on a camera reaching in, grabbing the whole thing of candy, just set off some fireworks. No, not exactly fireworks, but just some kind of, like, loud siren to, like, just scare the crap out of them. You know, now that I think about it, I could actually just set up a camera that's just a compilation of people doing douchey stuff like this for YouTube, if it does happen to happen at my house a lot. I think that could actually be a very fun thing to do, you know, just catch douches in 4K.
Now me driving to Idaho to buy groceries due to the Washington mask mandate. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Look, I'm just making the noise because she got the face to match the noise, okay? You know for a fact she does that exact same face to the cashier who's just trying to do their job, even though they aren't supposed to be taking their expired tuck-all-heck coupon.
What do you mean my coupon expired in 2016? It's still for here.
You think that don't get said, but, like, ask anybody who works behind the register. Ah, yes, another wonderful example of human decency called the good old policy of not my property, not my problem. Because, you know, carrying out your stuff because it's trash is definitely hard to do. I don't know why, but I'm starting to find more and more things that are just common decency and you would think would be super simple. No, super duper difficult, and you need a 4 years experience before you can even attempt to do it in public. You know, good old putting your stuff away where you got it from. Not like there would ever be a bin that's dedicated to housing trash. No, definitely not.
I enjoy when a father/mother loses their child. The joy is in no way
Okay, that's super weird that you gotta describe that, but alright.
But watching parents suffer in their own self-loathing after anything from miscarriage to an accident or even older son/daughter death, such as a military or illness, really brightens my day. On one hand, I'm sad if the kid is older, 13 plus, because maybe they were cool or had dreams or something. But watching people be so insanely distraught over the loss of their barely human infant is just the best thing for me. I genuinely could not care less for a child, and I don't see their worth in the world whatsoever. And their stupid social media angel baby posts darn near make me bust laughing at their attention grabbing, and especially their howling of what could have been. Of course, when I interact with a child, I'm nice. Unfortunately, they're suffering as collateral damage in my enjoyment.
Laughing at kids suffering is that little quick chuckle you get when the little kid that won't stop running around and shouting finally slips, but not when they freaking die. That is just you being an absolute horrible human being, and it makes me honestly wish I had a time machine to give your parents a heads up and just tell them to wrap it up and call it a day. This will be the exact person that will say this kind of thing, think that they can hold their head high, and then absolutely break down when something just as bad happens to them, like, oh, say they lose a family pet that they've known since they were just a kid. Australian woman 21 sobs as she is told that she could spend 12 months in custody for racist bashing of Chinese students, but is spotted laughing outside of the court after being granted bail. People that do this kind of stuff to people just because there's this virus going around, like, just think about how stupid this sounds. A virus originated in a country. Some people, for some reason, saw that in their head as a justification to go up and not only verbally but physically attack people that just so happen to have had an ethnicity relating to that country or just the general continent. And I legitimately hope that she was caught in her laughing fit and sent right back to the courtroom to now get a harsher punishment. Like, seriously, give her 12 months no bail. That'll close that laughing mouth really quick. Dude, it's not the Eiffel Tower, just some big dumb church. You're talking about the Notre Dame church that caught on fire. Just because it ain't significant to you don't mean it's not significant at all. Use more than 2 brain cells at a time, you dumb Nick Furry. I swear to God, you're the type of the people that make me think, oh dear God, one of these profile pictures again. This mother faces up to 14 years in prison and will be sentenced Tuesday, May 11th. The context for this one was that she was neglecting the diabetic medical needs of her daughter, and I know for a fact that diabetes is very much something you need to keep track of, and it can get out of hand banned, especially if you aren't paying attention or try to deny the fact it exists. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, social media links will be down below. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.